Have you ever wondered how sausages are made? In this video, we will discover what they are made of. Sausages are one of the oldest and most consumed foods worldwide. Over 20 billion sausages are consumed each year in the United States alone. In this factory, 300,000 sausages are made per hour. The sausages are made by mixing the leftover meat from the animal to avoid wasting tons of meat. To make sausages, a mixture of pork, beef, and chicken is used. The pieces used are the scraps of meat left over from fillet and pork rib cuts. The butcher loads specific portions of these cuts into an automatic grinder that makes the meat come out through 3 mm wide holes. By partially freezing and thawing the meat so that it remains firm, the butcher ensures that it passes cleanly through the grinder. The scraps are ground in the same way as for making hamburgers, passing the meat through a metal plate full of holes. Processed chicken scraps and food starch are added to the ground meat, and spices such as pepper, paprika, nutmeg, and salt are prepared. Then, the spices and the ground meat go into the mixture where the sausage filling is made. Sodium nitrate is also added to act as a preservative to prevent bacteria and to give it a cured flavor. The starch thickens the mixture, while the seasonings vary depending on where the sausages will be sold because tastes vary in each area. Water is added to the mixture, and it is well mixed in a large mixer. The mixing process is carried out as efficiently and delicately as possible to obtain the required product quality. The process is controlled by a computer system. A little light corn syrup adds sweetness, and more water is added to help disperse the ingredients and make the sausages juicier. The finished filling is subjected to tests for foreign material content. The ground meat from the mixer is discharged into a tub and poured into a filling machine that transforms the meat mass into a fine emulsion and removes all the air. The machine loads a tube of sausage casing made from bovine collagen, which is edible. The meat puree is injected into the casing, twisting it every 13 centimeters, the length of a sausage. It takes only 35 seconds to make a string of sausages that would cover the length of a football field twice. The machine pumps out 46-gram portions of ground meat and twists the skin to form a link. 25 strings are formed, which are transferred to a hanging belt to preserve their perfect sausage shape. 3 of these lists are then joined to form a longer one, and several are loaded at once into another machine that passes the sausages onto moving bars. The next step is fermentation, smoking, and drying. The sausages are stripped and transferred to a chamber where thermal treatment takes place by increasing the humidity and temperature to 25 degrees Celsius. The fermentation process increases the acidity of the meat, preventing harmful bacteria from growing and producing a fermented flavor. It takes 14 hours to reach the desired level of acidity, and the smoke generator, loaded with maple wood chips, is turned on. The heat increases to cook the meat, and the smoke penetrates the casing, adding flavor to the sausages while they are baked for an hour and a half at 70 degrees Celsius. That gives them a unique color and flavor. Once they are freshly out of the oven, the sausages are submerged in very cold salt water to cool them down before being packaged. After drying, they have a temperature below 6 degrees Celsius. Thanks to this, the products remain stable against infections. The sausages then move to a discharge zone where a machine transfers them from the bars to a conveyor belt. The sausages move from the belt to plastic containers, and the trays pass through a packaging machine that removes the air and seals the top with plastic. Finally, the trays are separated with a blade. This factory produces 300,000 sausages per hour, which is almost 2.5 million sausages per day. Like and subscribe if you learned something, and don't forget to turn on the notifications to keep learning. Bye-bye.